I call this special select board meeting to order. It is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. It is 9:01 a.m. And I don't see anyone for public comment, so we will move on to the main order of business, which is to set the municipal tax rate and local agreement for the 2023-2024 tax year. So we have information and data.
Here, I'll give you mine.
Okay,
I'll just, maybe I can share.
Yeah, we should say
all
that.
right. So if one of you want to,
You want to try it?
I
You
did
wing it.
I did it last year.
Go ahead.
You do it this year.
you're a veteran then.
Yeah, right. So the state sent us a tax rate. The new homestead tax rate is 1.1406. The non-residential tax rate is 1.3149. Our local agreement tax rate will be 0.0149, and the municipal rate would be 0.5345. And so when you add those up, our tax rate our total residential tax rate will be 1.69, and our non-residential tax rate will be 1.8643, which are both increases from last year, which we expected.
Can you say, Mandy, for the public record, what is the increase for the municipal and what is for the state education?
I didn't write what do you have the old? Well, this is the total increase with both state and municipal. I want to say the municipal went up like 6 cents and the other one was 2, because it's about an 8-cent increase for residential. But I did not bring last year's numbers up.
So we are up like, 1/4 of what the state mandates that we're 8 and 2.
No, what it's the two separate tax rates. One is the education tax rate and one is the municipal one. So, yeah.
So our 8% up, 2 of it is municipal, 6 of it roughly is the state.
Yep.
Did we had kind of a, when we just joined the Mount Mansfield Union District, Underhill had a real benefit. I'm not sure what, because of the reappraisal.
Yep.
Is that gone now?
It is gone.
That was last year's benefit.
Mhm.
So it may be more noticeable to people.
Absolutely.
And that is,
Sherry's example
because
there.
it's leveling off, in other words.
Yep.
It levels off to what it's going to be now in terms of, in relationship with other towns.
Well, no, because we still have a great CLA, so we are still seeing a little bit of a benefit. I did not look up Jericho's or anything else that needs a reappraisal, but I think we're still all right. This year will be all right, next year will be all right. After that, we'll start seeing an issue with our CLA dropping.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I think why the impact that residents feel was different last year, and that was because our grand list increased by, what was the percent that the grand list increased with the reappraisal, like 30 something percent?
Yeah.
So that's where, the total value of our properties went up, so that made the tax rate, lower in relation to, because we still need to raise the same amount of money. Our costs to run the town, our municipal costs to run the town of Underhill have been pretty steady, very small increases. But the tax rate was lower last year because our grand list went up so high.
Mhm.
So it's simple math. Now the tax rate didn't, now the grand list didn't change much from one year to the next because the reappraisal was last year. So that's where the effect is.
So the more the grand list can change, the better we are, but it's a small town and we don't have a lot of building going on here, so it's not changing too much anymore.
So again, for the public record, I'm of the impression that inflation, cost of sand, gravel, the basics, culverts, everything, and what we buy in the office has gone up.
Mhm.
So our tax bills are affected the same way our grocery bill is.
Absolutely.
And you will probably get phone calls.
Yes.
Most likely we will.
And it may be a good idea to have something pre-written.
We do.
So in the tax bills, when we have our stuffing party, I arranged to have, it's called the explanation of your tax bill that's provided by this tax department. We have the new ACH form in there in case people want to take advantage of that. So, and by putting that insert in last year, I think it really reduced the number of calls the three of us really got.
Yeah, not that
It's
you don't
helpful.
mind talking to people in the
Gotcha.
town at all, but answering questions ahead of time, I think is
Yeah.
very good. I'm glad that worked.
And I think if people take the time to read that and put that sheet next to their tax bill, and, I mean, it goes through it, circles it, highlights it, they can look at it and they can say, oh, I understand where that's coming from.
Mhm.
And again, I mean, the biggest expense to us as residents in the town is what we pay to the schools.
Okay.
And the other thing I think their big questions are my bill went up drastically, and usually it has to do with the state payments. They either haven't filed or their income has changed. So, but those are easy fixes.
Right.
So, other than that, I sent out, did you looked at this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the average home of 350,000, taxes should go up roughly $300
A year
a year
for the year. So
So it's not really that bad,
Right.
so.
Okay. I move that we accept the municipal tax rate for 0.5345 and approve the municipal or the state tax, whatever that is. And the total, what is the total again?
the total residential tax rate this year
Yeah,
will be 1.69.
1.69, including all three aspects of it, the local agreement, the state, and the municipal tax rate. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any other discussion on this?
If a resident has a question on the tax rates and they want to go through the math on it, who should they call at the town?
Mandy or myself, we got the spreadsheets, or Jen, she's got the same spreadsheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all happy to answer their questions.
Okay, thank you.
You know what, I'll throw this up on the website so people can see how we get to the.
Good idea.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say me, Mandy will. I don't know how to work it yet.
I will be happy to put that up on the website.
Thank you.
So, all in favor of this motion?
Aye.
Signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? This motion carries 2-0. The motion passes. We have a tax rate.
You have one tax rate, you still have to do the non-residential one.
Oh, I thought I wrapped them up.
No, that was just residential.
Okay. So what is the non-residential again?
The state rate is 1.3149,
Okay.
and then you add in the same local and same municipal for a total of 1.8643.
So I move that we accept the total tax rate for
8643.
1.8643. Is there a
For
second?
non-residents.
For non-residents.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on that? So the non-resident pays a little higher.
Yes.
I
Now,
think that's
for people who have, say, rental properties, is that which rate? Is that the higher rate?
Mhm.
So since I don't live there,
Right.
even though I'm a resident, but you know,
So your second house, you do get the higher rate. The house you live in, you get the lower
It's
rate.
not your residence.
Right. You have to live there to get the residential
Right.
rate.
so what about people who are out of state and have rental property?
They get the higher rate.
You know,
Because they'd have to file the homesteads declaring that they're a resident.
I see.
And then Mandy can tell, based on what she gets from the tax department, who has apartments and who doesn't, and what are rental units.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. The ayes carry this motion 2-0.
Yay.
So,
So if you're available tomorrow,
I was just gonna say that. We're having a tax folding party, because we're gonna print bills today and fold and stuff tomorrow, because the bills have to be in the mail no later than the 12th.
okay, that is
So,
7 days from now.
so excellent, thank you. Dan, I'm gonna have you sign that, and then when Patty, I'll leave it in the packet for Patty to sign since she was the only other one here.
Yeah, and I won't be at the meeting on the 13th.
Okay,
So you want me to swing into town and sign that at some point in the next few days?
that would be a
Yeah.
good idea.
Yeah, that'd be great, so we can get it up on the website too, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wrote on some stuff.
That's fine.
Okay, so are you out of town? What are the dates, Patty?
Yeah, so I leave two events going on. I gotta get out of my phone here to. I am leaving the 6th and returning on the 11th, and then I leave again on the 13th
Okay.
and returning on the 16th, the night of the 16th.
Okay. Are you available at any time during that time for remote? If we have any special meetings?
Possibly, but it would be difficult.
Okay. Well, we will be in touch offline.
Okay. The
We
the
can do that
13th through the
Right.
16th, Dan, is the harder period. We're at a dog show in Tunbridge, and I don't think that there's cell service there.
Yeah, Tunbridge is a little sketchy for that.
Yeah. The
Okay.
6th through the 10th, I will have cell service, but I'm not
Okay.
checking the town email because I have to go onto my laptop to do that.
Right. That's okay to, I just wondered if we schedule something separate, special that you could weigh in.
Okay.
So we'll be in touch about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
text me though. Definitely text me, Dan, if you need to get a hold of me, because like I said, I don't have access to the town email via my cell phone.
okay, that's true. Okay, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. It is 9:14 a.m.